you suddenly have the ultimate that Klish mob.
Q makes it easy! Oh, that's Nako.
Flushing the top lane, ready to crash
Flash
down over the wall. E through, immediate ulti, shattering strike, tanking the tower to set up on the con to flash out, but he's invisible! Nako wants to get it back!
No way!
Oh, it's every Yasuo's nightmare! Everything else, I guess, he feels confident in, but they do have 2 more bans if they don't immediately lock a top laner.
Oh my god!
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, lock it in. Knock Nako, ladies and gentlemen.
That's kind of where Nako is something that can play on the side lanes a little more, so at least that seems to be the focus. There's the rel that we were expecting. So it feels like try and play and protect Humanoid on these side lanes, use the fact that you have that ultimate, and hope that Nako becomes a big enough threat that he can one-shot everyone alongside this shockwave combo. He has tools here to try and get aggressive in the early stages. Nako.
Get some extra autos in. Ooh, whiffing the last Q, but has the passive for a little bit of extra shielding. Fleshy, though, finding the initial engage onto Kalisz. That's going to be big. Flash forward for Carzzy to try and stay in range of Kalisz as Busio just continues to auto Carzzy, getting a little bit extra healing back from the Gleaming Quill. And
he had a premonition. He knew that bot lane would be explosive, and he's here for the dive.
Carzzy and Fleshy jailed into their tower. If they try to backstep, they're going to be in trouble. Barrier for Carzzy. Have to take this into account. Who's going to tank first? Flag and drag through. Q flash forward into Kalisz. Kalisz looks like he's set to fall. It's going to be a 1-for-1 in the end. No, Fleshy can't finish it!
A flawless dive by KC, and then Busio and Kalisz juggling the tower aggro really nicely there.
Kana surprise Nocturne flash forward, forcing the flash out from Kana as well. I mean, good reaction from Kana to at least hold on to his life.
This gives so much towards Nako, though, you can see.
Q3, waiting, catches him. One more Q and an auto. Doesn't quite have the space to get it done.
But level 6 now makes it so much more difficult for Kana, because if Nako flashes on him with that knock-up, you suddenly have the ultimate that Klish mob.
Q makes it easy!
Oh, that's Nako. That's the guy we were looking for in that game 1. Gets the solo kill with a little bit of help earlier from Linces. And with that, he's going to start building this gold lead.
Maybe proxying now, trying to get away from Yike is just going to die. But
This
Yike
is a good death.
time.
This is a literal good death.
Humanoid pathing up to the top side. Lintz is zooming in as quick as he can. Pushback is there. Paranoia available, but the range not super long, and it doesn't look like it's going to be in time. Humanoid, lights turned off, and this guy just often giving so much more value. So KC in a good spot if it comes down to a skirmish or a fist fight, which it looks like it might in the mid lane. Yehu going in for the push is going to catch Humanoid. Dunked down immediately. Shockwave going to connect on the 2. Flash out from Humanoid. Oh, Fleshy! Just in the nick of time to try to save the day. Cataclysm back in, though. Yike living for far too long, but Lintz is now starting to take over in the fight. He manages to get 2. Looking out for the healing for the Nocturne. Are you kidding me? How did he live?
Oh my god! Linces and Fleshy are there to save the day, and an extra hero for Vitality is Triumph, which saves Linces and grants Vitality 3 kills off the back of that engage that KC started.
He's not done. Flushing the top lane, ready to crash down over the wall. E through, immediate ulti, shattering strike, tanking the tower to set up on the con to flash out, but he's invisible! Nako wants to get it back!
No way!
Oh, it's every Yasuo's nightmare!
Misses on the Q! Kana sidesteps barely!
To make this play keep going for Vitality is now.
Flash in, the charm on the Carzzy, but he manages to balk out just in the nick of time. Fleshy in trouble now. Carzzy's flash gone. Fleshy, no way to get away from this one. Will finally fall. A nice pick from KC.
He's kind of tanking it to
first for Nako too. Not even the Blade of the Rune King, as Carzzy's going to be the one in trouble. Charm lands, immediate feather pullback. Carzzy able to balk away to safety for a brief moment. Busio can't take another tower shot. Sliver of HP, but Humanoid is here. Sidestep's good. No way. Run, Busio, run! The W! No, he's dancing. Oh, he's not fast enough, guys. He's gonna die. There you go. Okay. But the first 2 dodges were pretty clean.
And he gave it a timing window for Kalisz to actually escape, because if he dies, they collapse on boss. And that could have been an absolute disaster.
Mid lane, but Linces is waiting over the wall, and surprise, it's Rel from out of nowhere to try to lock this one down. He's nearsighted, he's feared, he's a scared boy, but they're still gonna find a way to take him out. Linces grabbing the kill.
And Linces is being so proactive on this Nocturne. He's proving my doubts wrong as he picks up this kill on Yahoo. Now Carzzy's gonna be able to hit this mid tower, force Kalisz to rotate to defend it, which means that Humanoid's gonna get the bot tower, and Linces can pick up. I mean, there's too much happening in the game now. Carzzy, oh my god.
Well, there's not even much to say. They might want to force their hand a bit here on the bottom side. Kalisz spots out Linces, can walk forward for a little bit of poke. Yike getting things picked off, flash back and away from Humanoid. Double shockwave. Chunks out Busio, but They get the summoner spells, they get the flash, and that's what's big. You highlighted it. The easy roam down to the bottom side, knowing they have mid-prio. Now, though, they want to extend the play. Dash back from Yehu. Lince is waiting on the spell shield, the heal, just going to make sure that he gets away.
Humanoid wants to look for a sneaky play here.
Moving forward, movement
Yike
speed.
is covering.
Yike is there. Humanoid just delivered into the waiting arms of Yike. A nice initial stun to Yehu, and they managed to get one. But remember, Humanoid has the tanky build. He's got a Roa. He's trying to get tricky with it because Busio's on the way down. No, the movement would have to be too clean.
Move the legs!
The movement would have to be too clean. He's too fast! Oh, he's styling on them. Pull back, command, protect. A little bit more shielding. Busio on the way in. The Dragon Strike gonna get it, but now Linces is here. They want to try and finish off Yike. A nice initial exhaust from Busio to try and stop the play. They're turning things back to stop the CC from Fleshy, but he gets the cooldown just in time. Knock ready to go, but he needs a knock-up. He didn't go in on the earlier one. He has one of his own! It's a scheme landing on them! Are you kidding me? It's the extended play! Vitality winning out!
It's also the IE that's very close for NaKaNako, so you're kind of at two big item breakpoints. Didn't feel comfortable, but NaKaNako feels comfortable.
Going in, looking for the spin, locks up Kaliss. Busio going to try to make the hero play. Kaliss stone cold as he manages to stay standing. NaKaNako trying to dash away, but just gets locked up and taken down. Humanoid off on the flank, fishing for that shockwave. Has the death cap, but Yahoo freeze frame, he goes gold, and the lockup is just not there. And now Kana has arrived to try to make the difference in the fight. Humanoid on the retreat. KC taking their sweet time in this fight. Bacarzi ready to turn it back. The Gatling gun. He's got no more time left as Kaliss runs him down. KC survive NaKaNako's engage and turn it right back around.
And NaKaNako went too deep, and the hero of Kaliss stands tall. They're not able to take him down. Kaliss had the flash, he had the feathers, didn't even need to use the ultimate, and that's going to be Baron Nashor for KC.
This might have just been enough for KC with this. Oh, actually, hang on. In live.
Meanwhile, a live play. Kana pushing a bit too far in the mid lane is very fast with that passive active, but the immediate flick back is going to set up the ulti and a shutdown now for NaKaNako. Happy to have the extra money. Likely means he finishes the IE.
Does Linces just go in, try and force the open Kaliss to open up for NaKaNako, for Humanoid to try and find something afterwards? Or how does Fleshy start it off?
Kana waiting over the wall. Charm from Busio. Karzi's able to dash back for a brief moment. NaKaNako fishing. That's the paranoia now coming out, looking for an angle into the back line. Fleshy with the multi-man ultimate. Follow-up is now coming in from NaKaNako. His Yike is almost immediately deleted. The resurrection coming in from the GA as NaKaNako manages to take down Kaliss. Knock up there again as NaKaNako looks for 4-2. Along the rest of the team now descending. It's a heroic performance from the Yasuo. But Yehu is looking to make the difference. A double kill as he turns it back. But I think Vitality have won this, maybe. I don't think so anymore. Kana finding the return kill. It's neck and neck.
Needs to be the target that Vitality take down. NaKaNako wasted the wind wall. KC want to collapse.
NaKaNako looking for the knock-up initially. That's the paranoia down, trying to dive into the back line. Kana goes golden. NaKaNako running for his life, but the entire team is now split. Vitality don't have the tools to follow up, though, because Lince's health bar has been chunked so far down. KC slow and controlled against this Vitality lineup.
Fleshy has to find that moment again here. Has to get that crash down, has to set up, but it's Humanoid he's engaged on.
Quick flash out. Busio's ulti coming in as well.
NaKaNako's resetting. KC, they're trying to burst this down. The TP's coming back in, but it's too late.
In. They know that Kana has no access to the Zonyas. They're hoping to get him, but he goes on the opposite side of the wall. Spellshield is there to keep Lince standing for an extra moment. Flash into the pit. He's not going to be able to grab it. It's Kaliss who secures it. Now it's NaKaNako and missing the entire team. The wind wall not giving him enough space to survive. Gets an extra second, but KC, 5 members strong, will secure the Baron. Touchy with the Q flash, it looks like, onto Yike. They do get a bit of a chunk onto him. Baron waves there. Q3 ready for NaKaNako. Not going to find the setup. Feathers fly right up to the air, and it's only Yike who's taking the damage to turn back. Karzi off on the side, trying to fire back. Get a bit more damage for himself. Another tornado going awry for NaKaNako as KC just continue to press forward. Yehu finds the push onto Humanoid. Goes golden. Karzi knows he needs to fight now. Yike finding the initial knock-up. They're not going to get a reset now as Karzi's off on the side. 1v1 with the Azir, and he does not like that matchup whatsoever. KC closing it out clean in the final moments to take us to game 3.